Should be loud now. Let's check. All right. All right, so we should be good. All right, we should be good. Should be good. Go ahead and take this out. Yo, what's up, YouTube? What a great picture head. DGP back again with another episode of Patriot Keys. And yes, if you're wondering, hold on. Gotta show y'all, fat head. But if you're wondering, whole different setup. I move around a lot, yes, but we are officially back at school, finishing up my senior year here at college. So that's kind of why the past 2 weeks I've been MIA. I was on vacation. What's up, City? What's up, Edelman? Appreciate all the OGs. Shout out to my boy KDG, Kid the Gamer. He's been holding down our podcast, which I will put in the description when the video's over. If you guys are still watching the Fave podcast from my channel, those you still watching the Fave podcast, it will no longer be on KDG's channel, #official414. We have made our own channel. So I actually will put that in the description once the stream is over. I forgot to put that in there automatically. But when the stream is over, I'll do that. Real quick, before I again, a shout out to the kid. He reached 4K subs and he's been holding down the podcast, been doing his thing. But the reason I've been gone for the past couple weeks is when I left, I remember I said I was going on vacation. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do videos because I had so many last second things I had to do, running around, running errands. So I never got an opportunity to actually go and make some of these highlights and low light videos, which I'm in the process of making right now. Then once I came back, I have to get ready for school. Had to do a lot of washing clothes, packing, getting stuff together. And then, I was thinking of making a video once I got down here, but I've just been, again, busy with school, trying to make sure my setup is right. As you guys can kind of see right now, the door, that's how it comes. Hey, that's how it comes. This is what it is. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to redecorate my room and get my setup right. And everything, but that's pretty much where I've been at, just vacation and college. So that's where I've been at. But we are here. Plans for the channel, real quick, before I get into the news. I'm gonna try to do more daily news, like when it's happening, breaking. If I had to start doing it from my phone again, where I'm just wherever I'm at, start doing it, I will. But I probably will just wait till I get back home to the room, from classes and everything. And then I will also be having highlights of the preseason games and highlights for regular season games. So if you don't see the regular season game of it, you can't see it, you're not available in it, don't worry, come to the channel because I'll have all the highlights from each game, preseason, regular season, on this channel. You will get it. So without further ado, enough rambling. I've been gone for 2 weeks, but I know y'all want to get to these news. So let's talk about it. So real quick, I don't think I ever got a chance to really touch on it, but Eric Decker got signed by the Patriots. If you've been living on the rock for the past 2 weeks, he got signed by the Patriots after Jordan Matthews got cut because his injury was worse than what we thought it was. Now, Eric Decker's been in training camp, been in practice, training camp, whatever you want to call it. He's been in practice now because we are in preseason officially, and he's been dropping a lot of passes. Now, am I worried about that? A little bit worried, but again, we brought him in there, and I'm not expecting him to be much of a factor. Again, kind of in the Michael Floyd sense or, the Kenny Britt sense that we got last year. Hey, it's Engraving. Shout out to Engraving Vids. But, shout out to Engraving Vids. He also been holding down while I've been gone for a couple weeks. Check out his channel. Not only does he do Ravens, but he has been talking about the Patriots, which I've been seeing, which, keep my eyes on what Engraving is saying about the Patriots. Got to make sure he's low-key little rival. But yeah, Eric Decker's been having drop issues, and I think that's just more so getting accustomed to Tom Brady and this is the system that we're running. I mean, he's been under McDaniels for a couple years when he was in Denver, but that was 10 years ago. And again, this is a different Eric Decker. This is an older Eric Decker. He's not in his prime, so I'm not really concerned with the drop issues. He's been taking himself to heart. He's been taking himself like, yeah, I be telling Edelman all the time, man, like when he got suspended, he came to my stream and I told him, I said, you need to stop using them PEDs or whatever. But Eric Decker, I think he'll be okay. He'll be fine. Some more news. Marcus Cannon will be back for the regular season. He's coming off an injury, but he said he's going to be good to go for regular season. So no later than week 1. Hopefully we see him in the preseason, but no later than week 1. We'll be good to go. Don't like the receiving core. Yeah, and I'm going to get into that too when I talk about more stuff that's happening in practice. But let's talk about the game. I'm trying to go in a chronological order. Marcus Cannon, our right tackle, You know, we have way offensive line set up for those who don't know about the Patriots. We have like a rotation of like 8 people. Like like we have 8 people that legitimately rotate on offensive line. And at first I was not on board with that, but I kind of liked it because we kind of adjusted for like 2-3 years. So basically, if one person is not doing good, oh, he's getting pulled ASAP. Like I've seen Nate Solder get pulled. You know, our star left tackle who's with the Giants. He's gotten pulled a couple times, not only just because of injury, but he was playing poorly. Wow. Engraven been in his bag since I've been gone. Okay. All right. Shout out to Engraven. But you know, our offensive line, you know, I think it's going to be better again. I was more so concerned with the inside. We're still waiting on Joe Thuney, how he's going to react. Isaiah Wynn, Dave said nothing but good things for him. The preseason game against the Redskins, I only caught a glimpse of it because that's when I was on vacation. We ain't getting no really good stations there. Only saw a little bit of it. But from what I saw and what I was looking at, we kind of were focused more on the run game. We weren't really looking at the passing. And again, I can't wait for the regular season. We were more focused on running the football than passing. Tom Brady in the play, obviously, Gronk in the play. You know, y'all, if you know the Patriots, you know, week 1 preseason, typically the guys who are guaranteed a spot, 9 times out of 10, they're not playing. You know, I think Edelman did play like, I think a series or a 2, if I'm not mistaken. Chris Hogan played a couple series. But really what I was looking at is that they was looking at the run game. And what I've been saying is I don't know how you're going to bring in all these pieces. You know, you got James White, security spot. Rex Burkhead, security spot. Sonny Michel, although he's hurt, his spot is secure. First-round pick. Brandon Bolden, his spot is iffy, but he's a special team star. So I think his spot is secure. That leaves Gillislee in the doghouse. You have Jeremy Hill, who we just signed. And then that also leaves Ralph Webb, who we kind of picked up later. So it's like you got like 8 running backs, and not all of them is going to make the roster. Just like with the wide receivers, we have 11 receivers, and not all of them is making the roster. So looking at that game, from what I saw in the plays and what I see on the stat sheet, but mostly from what I see with my eyes, looks like Ralph Webb had a pretty great game. Again, he was running with the backups, guys against who probably won't make the team on both sides of the Redskins and the Patriots. And then Jeremy Hill did excellent too. Ralph Webb was the one who converted the 2 touchdowns we had to come back to. Mike Gillislee, I think he's on his way out the door. To be honest, I don't think he's going to be there just because it just doesn't look good for him. All this crowded backfield. He's in the doghouse last year for fumbling. Wasn't really that good and really didn't make an impact, I would say, in terms of the preseason. So in terms of Redskins preseason, I was just looking at they did start some of the defense for a series or 2. Still looking to wait to see what Cyrus Jones is, and I do see your questions. I'm going to get into that. But yeah, I think there's more so focus on the run game. So what I think we're going to do is, I know we drafted Webb. I'm talking about Webb. What I think we're going to do is for the run game is I think Sonny Michel, if he's not 100% healthy, I think they might put him on the PUP list. But you know, I'm gonna count him, Rex Burkhead, James White, Brandon Bolden, and then I think Jeremy Hill will make it. Ralph Webb might end up having to make the practice squad. I think that's what's going to happen. We might go with 4 or 5 running backs potentially. It's kind of hard. I know the defense started. You know, like I said, typically the offensive guys, they're good because they're not going to play. But you know, I think I don't take away too much. Now we have week 2 coming up on what's today? Today's Tuesday, so Thursday we have the Eagles coming into. We have playing the Eagles Super Bowl rematch. It's going to be a lot of hype, but I'm more so looking at this game because this is when we see the first team starters play about 2 to 3 more drives than they normally play, maybe a quarter potentially. But I'm going to be interested in seeing that. It's going to be very interesting. And again, a Super Bowl rematch, so of course it's going to get overhyped. But I'm really going to look at see how Eric Decker is going to react because he's been kind of off kilter. So let me go ahead and answer these questions real quick. He said, "Moving on." Okay, so yeah, it is what it is. Patriots draft was asked. I don't know. We'll see. I liked our first couple picks, even though I thought we should got defense. But also, you got to think about the draft too, where we were positioned at, because if we couldn't take we were going to take Landry in the second round. Titans took him, and then we was going to take another linebacker, and the Tigers took him in the first round. So we just kind of were all over the place. Now, if you want a guy like Lamar Jackson, then I don't know what to tell you, man. We weren't going to go with a quarterback. Again, Duke Dawson is another guy too who I think could be a potential sleeper in terms of our system. Ralph Hill, Jeremy Hill, they both were fire. Cook's gone. I'm not too upset about that. I am a little upset because we kind of, I mean, we really got what we gave for Cooks. We pretty much got back. So I'm really not too upset about that. Just a guy who could be a deep threat, be a weapon, but maybe Philip Dorsett, who has a year underneath his belt, maybe he could be that weapon. But Brandon Cooks, man, him getting that big contract, we wasn't going to give it to him. We weren't going to give it to him. Let's see, draft to win. Yep, all that stuff. All right, cool. But let's get into Tom Brady and to this preseason camp. I got to get out of the training camp now because we're in preseason. Let's get back to what Tom Brady said. So, like I said before, and you can quote me on this, and I've said this in past videos. Go ahead and check them out. Shameless plugs. I said once Brady and the whole minicamp thing happened, once Brady returns from minicamp, all this is just going to go away. And what's happening right now? All of it's going away. What did Brady say when Belichick happened? And I still believe there's still issues there. There's still going to be issues there. But what did Brady say? Oh, the typical Patriot answer. We all about winning. And again, that's what I've been saying the whole time. This whole situation with Brady, Belichick, and I guess Robert Kraft's happening. Winning solves all. Once they start winning, it won't even matter. It wouldn't even matter at whatever happens. So again, they know their plan. I think the difference is Belichick wanted to win without Brady because he wanted to get Jimmy G. He wanted to win with Jimmy G, and Brady, he just wants to win. He wants to be in the Patriots. He wants to stay forever. So those are the only two differences, but the common goal is the same. They want to win. It's just kind of looking at, people who have different opinions and they have the same motive, but just a different way of going things. So they all care about winning. That's all good and dandy. We heard about Tom Brady getting upset today, punting the football in the stands. And is that a big deal? I mean, I guess you can say that because had there been anybody else, it would have been, oh, he's wrong. So Tom Brady got to lead by example. You can't be doing that. It's not showing, good leadership. There's other ways you could voice your frustration, I would say, in terms of camp, maybe even, just yelling. Because I don't have a problem when, quarterbacks and guys yell at each other because I feel like sometimes that's what you need. You need that kind of, up in your face type thing. But punting the football, man, come on, man. Like, that's not cool, bro. That's just what I got to say on that. But that issue, it's not that big of a deal, but just something to keep your eye on because, again, that's just not something a leader leading by example should do. Now, moving on to Phil Dorsett today. He went down with a scary sighting. He's good from what I've been reading. They said that he got non-contact injury, grass caught underneath his cleats, slipped, fell. Everybody thought he was going to be hurt, but he's actually going to be fine. He's going to be okay. So that's a good sign. Phil Dorsett probably won't practice tomorrow. May miss the second game, but I don't think he'll miss the Eagle game. I think he might just play less than what he's supposed to. But what I'm going to be looking for in this next preseason game, how wide receivers look, and then how our secondary looks. Those are the two, I'm sorry, not the secondary. Our linebackers are going to look because those are two positions that I'm really concerned with. Wide receivers and running backs. I'm not running backs. Wide receiver and linebackers. I'm getting my whole position confused. Running backs, I think we're going to be good on that. We're going to be fine. Offensive line, it is what it is. It's going to be hit. It's going to be up and down. Defensive line, I don't expect much from that, so I'm not even looking forward to that. And the secondary, I think they're going to be decent. I know we lost Malcolm Butler, who's a top 5, top 10 cornerback in the game, one of the upper echelon corners in the game. However, I feel like that, with our scheme and our system, I feel like that we're actually going to be okay with them. Again, we're going to lose some slippage, but we still have Devin McCourty, who's a top 5 free safety, top 5 safety, matter of fact, in the league. So I think that'll be a good thing. Word on the street is that Brady been practicing trying to become fun after he's washed up this year. I mean, he has punted the football before in playoff games, do your research special. So maybe he could be a punter, but punters play till they're 45, 46, and Brady said he's gonna play till 45, 46. So who knows? But I know Aaron Rodgers been trying to be like Tom Brady in a lot of things, but that's another discussion for another day. We all here talk about the Patriots. So Phil Dorsett is your X factor on offense. I can see that, be the deep threat to actually replace Brandon Cooks because this is his first time. And, last year he came right before the season started, so he wasn't under the scheme, wasn't under the system, didn't really know how Tom Brady performed. Now he's had a whole offseason, whole training camp with Tom Brady, preseason with Tom Brady. So he could be an X factor in that offense. I like Jacob Hollister. I think Jacob Hollister is going to be a big X factor because if we can run them 2 tight end sets again, like how we had in the early 2010, 2011 when we had Gronk and rest in peace Aaron Hernandez. Ooh, it's gonna be a scary sight. It's gonna be a scary sight. Disagree on what? What you disagree on, Shiz? We could have had Landry with our second pick in the first time. We didn't get any better linebacker. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. We didn't get any better linebacker, but again, like if we would have took him there, it potentially could have been. To me, if we took him there, we would have been. It would have been a reach. We had the perfect position in the second round because we had it. We had so many holes that we had to fill them up. You know, Joe Thune. Not is Joe Thune. Now, Shaq Mason's going to be a free agent, so they picked Isaiah Wynn, who could be a tackle, but also probably will be a guard. So bringing in somebody who, if Shaq Mason leaves, which he probably will leave, the way offensive lineman is getting paid, you plug in Isaiah Wynn. And again, our linebackers, again, we could have gotten better. You know, Dante Hightower is injury prone, but I feel like, you know, our defense is going to is what it is. We're going to give up a lot of yards. Hopefully, we'll be middle of the pack in terms of points. Bend but don't break. That's been our motto for as long as I can remember. That's always been my motto. Oh, you don't agree that he's a top 5 safety? I think he's a top 5 safety in terms of his ability, what he does, you know, leadership wise. I think he's a top 5 safety. Yeah, I like House too. Top corner. Yeah, top 5, top 10 corner. You know, one of the upper echelon of the quarters. Like I said, he's up there. He's an all-pro corner. Can't take that away from Malcolm Butler. Pretty good, but I believe, you know, Devin McCourty like top five safety in the league. But again, what he brings just not on. Again, what you see with Devin McCourty isn't on the stat sheet. It's more so on the field, the under stuff that you don't see. Again, his leadership, his intangibles. I like Devin McCourty, and it just seems like he's always typically in the right spot. And you know, guarding these tight ends in the league, he has to go against Gronk in practice. It helps him out. So I think Devin McCourty is a top 5 safety in the league. That's just my opinion. You can be different. It's all good. But that's pretty much it on all the news. Let me go ahead and run down on my notes real quick. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, that was it. That was pretty much it on all the big important news that I've been missing over the past couple of weeks. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot. That's one thing I forgot. Malcolm Mitchell, Money Mitch got released. Oh, man. Money Mitch got released, man. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Money Mitch, y'all. Thought he was going to be really good. Coming just injury prone, and I think they just had so many wide receivers, and he probably wasn't going to play this season. They probably just ended up cutting. I think that's why they cut him. Money Mitch. Love Money Mitch, man. Shout out to Money Mitch. And also, we worked up Rashad Breeland, too, another cornerback who we could potentially bring into the fold. Depending on how he is, because he failed his physical, if I'm not mistaken. He failed his physical when he was trying to sign with the what was he trying to sign with? He was trying to sign with the Raiders. He failed the physical. Let me look at that real quick. What did he do it with? I think it was the Raiders, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, yeah, that's why he's been a free agent. He's been top guy. But let's see. So I like McCourty too, but to me, not top 5. Also, I agree with what you said about him. He's just not a playmaker. He's him. He's just not a playmaker. Teams don't fear him like other safeties. I feel you on that. And you know, when you face a guy like like a Cam Jansen's prime time or Matthew, those Earl Thomas, those type of dudes, they do make a lot of plays and they're a playmaker. But to me, he's the level of consistency. To me, that's just me personally. Level of consistency. Disappointed we cut Malcolm Mitchell. Yeah, disappointed too. Had to cut Money Mitch. Too many injuries got in his way, and it sucked. But with Rashad Breeland, you know, leading the cornerback group, we had Stephon Gilmore, as you know, who emerged and looking like a pretty good person. Then we have Eric Rowe, Duke Dawson. We still have Jason McCourty, Jonathan Jones, Cyrus Jones, who I don't know. Then we have a bunch of other guys, J.C. Jackson of the world, you know, Ryan Lewis, AJ Moore, those type of guys. But I think Rashad Breeland, if we can get Breeland, that actually will be a pretty good pickup. You know, he's not no Malcolm Butler, but, you know, with him, adding him and Jason McCourty, could that help potentially alleviate a lot of the things that Malcolm Butler brought to the table? I think it could. I think it could kind of replace him in some way that you think. But that's pretty much it. I don't know how long I've been going for. I think I've been going for about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. Again, thanks to everybody who's been coming through. National Fade League for online league for PS4. We are currently filled up, but please be sure to follow the Twitter online. I'll leave it in the description after the video if you want to be on the wait list for when people quit or whatever. People got to get booted. And then we will also have a fantasy football league that is pretty much, it's not filled up right now, but it's going to fill up like this. First come, first serve. It's a money league, $20 a pop. Again, you got to follow the Fade Podcast channel. We're probably going to release info on that this week. So be sure to follow the Fade Podcast for the podcast, for fantasy football updates, for, we probably throw out PS4 online league. We're going to do a lot of stuff on that channel. Me and my boy KDG. Appreciate that, Edelman. Stay up on PEDs. That's all I'm going to say to you. And, all Patreon news. Again, Thursday, be on the lookout because that's when we go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and start the revival on this channel. Straight highlights from that Eagles game. Hopefully, and what I'm trying to do is, hopefully I can get these highlights out within an hour or two after the game so people can see it. But yeah, depending on how things go. But that's what I'm going to be working on. Here comes Don with the troll. Let me see what Don's saying, then I'm going to head out. Appreciate that again, Evan. Appreciate everybody coming through. Oh, he said never mind. All right, y'all. That's going to be it. Like, subscribe, comment. Peace.